Okay guys, so I had the USPA Virginia State Championships this past weekend in Roanoke, Virginia, which is about a 4.5 hour drive from Oak Ridge. Things went very, very well. I exceeded my expectations coming in. This whole year has been pretty awful for me. From January up until this point, it's been 10 months of injuries and illnesses and just things not going my way. My head hasn't been in it. It's been a really bad year. So to finally get back on track this past Saturday was huge for me. I had my second highest total ever. I was 21 pounds off my all-time, or 22 pounds off my all-time PR total. I had, going into deadlifts, I had the highest squat and bench total that I've ever had. You know, I had that herniated disc back in April, and then it got really bad in May. And now 6 months later, it's close to 100%. It's probably not quite there, but I didn't feel it at all during the meet. Blake Harden at Oak Ridge Chiropractic, he's been, you know, helping me out a lot. Decompression therapy, using the TENS unit on me, adjusting me. I go in every week, and that's really helped shore up this disc problem. So I didn't cut weight going into the meet. I came down with pneumonia about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks out from the meet, coughing up blood, violent coughing for 4 or 5 days, had a fever, couldn't train for a week. And then I started cleaning up my diet, lost like 9 pounds, stopped drinking juice, started actually getting micronutrients, protein, strength skyrocketed in just that 2.5 week span, and my weight got down to about 243 upon waking. So what I did is I just didn't eat or drink on Friday afternoon, the day before the meet, and I got to the evening weigh-ins about an hour beforehand, weighed in at 5 p.m. at 240 pounds, so no cut. That was easy. Really my first time ever weighing in the evening, but I just didn't need to cut, and I think that helped a lot. So I'm gonna keep my weight about at 242, continue eating clean for the next 10 weeks leading into the maxed out meet at the USPA Tennessee Open, I think it's called, at my gym. And strength should really take off with, you know, 2-3 months of eating like that. So the diet change has been tremendous. My skin's cleared up like crazy, like even more so than before. And I feel super healthy. So I've been taking Animal Pack morning and evening, turmeric, curcumin morning and evening, a probiotic morning and evening, vitamin D3, 10,000 IUs of that at night, 1 baby aspirin, magnesium. I'm trying to think, I think that's about it. That's what I take every day as far as supplements. But as far as the meet, I came in with the goal I want to squat 330 kilos, which is 727 pounds. The highest I'd gone since the herniated disc was 664 pounds, high bar in training. So that was my 3rd attempt goal. Now, one thing I did, and I'm recommending for all my clients, is at a meet, do all your warm-ups without any equipment, any assistance. So for squats, I didn't use a belt, I didn't use wrist straps, and I didn't use sleeves. And I went up to 585 in the warm-up room. Then I threw all that on for the platform, and my 650 opener of 295 kilos was an absolute joke. Like, I couldn't believe how easy it felt. And at that point, I just said, heck, let's just go for the goal now, and jump to 330 kilos and buried 727 pounds. That was the other thing. My depth was better than it has been at meets in the past. So then after that, I was like, well, let's try to get a big total here. And so I jumped to 340 kilos, which is 749 and a half pounds. And that came up the easiest I've ever squatted that much weight. I've only gone over that twice, and that blew up, and I think I could have tied my all-time PR of 347 and a half kilos, which is 766 pounds. But I was just trying to get a big total, so I didn't want to miss my third. In hindsight, I think it was there. But that's okay, just left a little on the board on squats. So I went on the bench. Again, I didn't use wrist wraps warming up. Went up to 385 in the warm-up room. Opened at 430, 195 kilos. Pauses were really long at this meet, but that came up easy. So I jumped to, I think it was 205 kilos, which I did at the last meet, 452, because again, I wanted to think about the PR, or I want to think about getting a big total as opposed to individual PRs on my lifts. It's just a much better strategy. So that one was actually pretty tough, and I got one red light because the bar got a little in front of me, and then I corrected and pulled it back in on the way up. So they just called the red light for change of direction, but the lift counted 2-1. So on the third attempt, I made a small 2.5 kilo jump up to 457 pounds and 207.5 kilos. And I really thought about getting tighter, got more leg drive, and I didn't sink the bar quite as much. And that helped me, and it came up faster than the 452. So that was a 5-pound PR in a meet. Really happy with that. And all that left was deadlifts, where I warmed up in the back room on a squat bar, and I went up to 715 with no belt. And then I opened at 355 kilos, 782 pounds. That came up pretty smooth. Came up faster than it did at Boss of Bosses, so I knew that 382 and a half, 843 pounds was going to be there, which was my goal coming in. So I took that on the second. The underhand side drifted a little out in front of me, but I was able to pull it in without hitching. And I threw my head up to help myself lock it out a little better. That's something I haven't done in the past, but I've started doing that. As I get past my knees, I start throwing my head up like you see a lot of these Russian sumo pullers do. It helps you get your shoulders back and lock the weight out, because the bar's gonna follow your head, basically, wherever your head's going. So if your head's way forward, you're gonna get forward. So that came up, and that put me at 2050. And then at that point, I was pretty shot. I knew it was gonna be iffy, but I went up 5 kilos, went up to 387 and a half, 854 pounds, 11 pounds more, and I couldn't quite finish it. So 8 of 9. 2050 total, and my second highest ever. Everything feels like it's back. I feel really confident again. One thing I did for this meet is I just took it a lot more seriously. Like, I feel like all my competitions and meets this year, I've gone in with this mindset that I was gonna get my ass kicked and that the weight was gonna, be a problem. And so I had zero confidence going into all these meets because of my back, and the negative momentum just spirals. Lucy! Shut it! And so the negative momentum just spirals and really throws things off. It shatters your confidence. But this whole week leading up to the meet, I really took care of my body. I made sure everything was on point. I got myself in a very positive mindset, a lot of confidence. Almost got that mojo back. And on meet day, I stayed, I just focused. I had my music in the whole time warming up, the whole time between lifts. I, was just really aggressive, really focused. I took every lift extremely seriously. Just total preparation. I was in a perfect state of focus, concentration, and aggression. And it just carried over, and that's why I did so well. And I haven't had that mindset all year because the confidence hasn't been there. But the confidence is back now, and I feel very, very confident going into the next USPA meet in 10 weeks. I just think it's gonna be my time to turn that corner after 2017 was a year I'd rather write off because it went so poorly. I feel like that those low points that I hit, they made this all the more sweet, and it's gonna feel great to be back to hitting all-time PRs because they're right there. You know, I'm 15, 20 pounds off. Bench, I'm hitting PRs. Deadlift is going to be something that's going to have to come back a little more slowly. I've noticed that it's not. I've done 871 in a meet. I did 843 at this meet. So that one's coming back a little more slowly, but squat is just quickly closing the gap. My squat is blowing up and getting a lot closer to my deadlift. And bench is going up consistently now, about 2.5 kilos every meet. So I'm happy with it. It was great meeting everybody. And thanks for the support, guys. Like the video, subscribe. Should be a good couple months coming up. So thank you guys for watching.
Two to one on the black platform. Unfortunately, the lip gets turned down for Danielle. Stacia now 264.6 pounds for Stacia. Three-way right for P.
Start. Press. Right.
Rubish,
Start. Press. On. Right.
he gets 2-1. It's a good lift. We got Rebecca out now.
Go, Pete.
154.3 pounds for Rebecca.
Press.
He Rubish, three-way light, 457.5 pounds.
Let's go, fast. Lock it in. Yep.
Rubish, he
She got Pete.
and 43.3 pounds for Rubish.
Let's go, Pete. Let's go. Come on. What you come to do, Pete? What you come to do? Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's see it, Pete. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Come on. Tight. Tight.
When up with it, locked it out. Judges say yes. That's three-way right for Pete Rubish. 843.3 pounds. Platform ready for Pete. 854.3 pounds. Excellent try by Jacob.
Come on, Pete.
That's all right, Jacob.
What you come to do?